On the hunt for Haiti's hurricane shelters, with storms building in the Atlantic, we travelled to the town of Léogâne to see what progress had been made with building large-scale storm shelters. In June, UN Special Envoy Bill Clinton said Léogâne would be the first to receive funds of up to $1 million from his own foundation to build several shelters. But arriving at the site of one of those projects, a former school, it was clear the real work hadn't even started.
They're supposed to start already. I don't know why. I don't know what they're going to do with the money. Lots of countries give their support, by giving, money, to help, to support Haiti. But the money stay only in one place. In one place. The money never moves.
The Clinton Foundation told Al Jazeera that construction began in August and is on track to be completed in just a few weeks. But that's after this year's hurricane season ends. There's a similar story in camps across Haiti. At this government-run camp, which many see as a model, the only protection other than tents are houses made from plywood. Camp organisers say they were promised proper shelters would appear months ago.
These houses can't give any level of security. They won't even resist heavy rain. We think with all of the money available, the NGOs should have provided something better.
When these shelters are finished, they'll provide at least some degree of protection for around 1,000 people. But this is a camp of at least 7,000, and outside the borders of the official camp, there are tens of thousands more strewn across the hillside with no protection at all. The UN says that if a major storm does hit, the contingency plan is that 25% of those in camps should evacuate to hurricane shelters. But spokesmen acknowledge a shortage of shelters mean that's unrealistic.
Well, the hurricane shelters, as I said, there are hurricane shelters that do exist.
But not for 325?
Not for no, absolutely not for that number of people.
So what's going to happen?
Well, we are doing this on a camp-by-camp basis. I mean, it isn't possible to have a large-scale evacuation plan. As I said, we have to look at how we can support people to stay in the camps primarily. That is the most important thing, and to minimise the number of people at risks.
Minimising risks could include having long-planned hurricane shelters up and running as the Caribbean storm season reaches its peak. But for that, Haitians will have to wait for next year. Sebastian Walker, Al Jazeera in Port-au-Prince, Haiti.